Strap yourself in, Celtic fans, as the next week is going to be extremely busy for the club's incomings after Rodgers declared he wants 3 or 4 more new players this summer. In today's video we have got some massive news with regards to the transfer of Luis Palma. Not only that, we will also go over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. Celtic have been closely monitoring the developments surrounding Kieran Tierney at Arsenal, especially after Gunners manager Mikel Arteta decided against including him in first team training. Whilst Tierney had been previously linked with a move to Spanish side Real Sociedad, no substantial news emerged until recently. On Thursday evening, reports confirmed that the Scotland international was edging closer to a move to Real Sociedad. On Friday morning, we learned that he would soon head to Spain for a medical assessment after finalising particulars of a loan transfer. Transfer guru Romano has given his "here we go" on the deal. According to The Athletic, this is a straightforward loan deal, without any obligation or option to purchase the player at its conclusion. When Tierney returns to Arsenal next summer, he will have just a year left on his contract. Given his current standing with Arteta, it's probable he will be let go at a reduced rate. Real Sociedad, who are competing in the Champions League this season, have agreed to pay a loan fee and will cover his weekly wages of £110,000. The comparison makes it evident Celtic could only cover roughly 30% of his salary, a far cry from Real Sociedad's full coverage. While a Tierney return would have been a significant boost for Celtic, the financial aspects made the prospect challenging. A positive picture seems to be developing for Celtic in their pursuit for Aris Thessaloniki winger Luis Palma. The Honduras international is a name that not many of us were familiar with a matter of days ago. However, since being thrust into the limelight 24 hours ago, a potential move to Celtic seems to have gathered momentum. Palma was first mentioned in the Scottish circles on Wednesday evening, with Greek journalist Giannis Choriniopoulos soon adding that our £3.5 million offer was being considered seriously by Aris. Reliable reporter Choriniopoulos added a further update late on Thursday evening, and it further suggests that a move is imminent for Palma. Luis Palma was out of Irish training ahead of his transfer, he tweeted. Greek club contacted his agent. Celtic seems to be the favourites to sign Palma. Offers from non-European clubs also. Palma wants to continue to play in Europe. So a fair lot of information to process there and not too many words. The big takeaway is that Palma isn't currently training with Aris, with a decision made either by the club or the player with a move in mind. That kind of decision won't be taken lightly. Aris are just at the start of a new league campaign and have a match this weekend after losing their opener. The decision not to have Palma training, seemingly made by the club going off Choriniopoulos' tweet, is a telling one. It suggests that a move is some way down the line. The good news from our point of view is that we are viewed as the favourites. The non-European interest mentioned could well be from Saudi Arabia. Regardless, it seems like Palma has his heart set on a European club. Everything we are currently seeing seems to suggest it is going this way. With Palma surely unlikely to feature for Aris this weekend, we could hear news of a bid being accepted and him on his way to Scotland very, very soon. Celtic have rejected an offer for their Danish midfielder Matt O'Reilly. Sun Sport reports that Serie A outfit Bologna recently made an approach with a 22-year-old who was contracted with the Hoops until 2026. Bologna, familiar with acquisitions from the Scottish League, tabled their offer recently. However, Celtic swiftly turned it down. There are indications that Bologna might return to the negotiation table with an improved proposal as the transfer window draws to a close. O'Reilly, who demonstrated his midfield versatility at Celtic, has generated significant interest since his signing by Ange Postecoglou during his May and January transfer window at Parkhead. The Hoops are on high alert, anticipating further offers for the promising player. Having acquired O'Reilly for a mere £1.5 million, several clubs from England, Italy and Spain are eyeing his services. With only a week remaining in the current transfer window, clinching a deal might prove challenging. Moreover, should O'Reilly depart, Celtic may find themselves urgently seeking midfield reinforcements. Haksabanovic is reportedly considering a departure from Celtic after just 1 year at the club. Ange Postecoglou signed the winger from Rubin Kazan at a discounted rate, a decision influenced by the ongoing crisis between Russia and Ukraine. Despite his anticipated impact, Haksabanovic had struggled for game time under Postecoglou, and the pattern persists under Brendan Rodgers' reign. This season his sole appearance was during the final moments of the loss to Kilmarnock in the Cup. Football Insider reports that the player's frustration is growing due to inconsistent messaging from Celtic management. Although the club insist he is in their future plans, his continued omission from the squad tells a different story. Whilst his time at Celtic has been brief, Haksabanovic has shown flashes of potential but nothing more. He was particularly impressive in November, even earning the Player of the Month accolade. Unfortunately for him, the World Cup break might have altered his momentum just as he seemed poised to establish himself on the left wing. With the transfer window soon closing, all eyes are on Celtic and Haksbanovic's next move. Despite being injured for at least a few more weeks, Celtic midfielder Hatate has made the headlines. The Japanese maestro recently refused to commit to a new deal at Parkhead until the summer window slammed shut. Having turned down moves to the Middle East, the 25-year-old's ambitions lie in Europe. According to French outlet Sports Zone, a club in Ligue 1 have inquired about the services of Hatate and that Celtic are open to a sale if their financial demands are met. If this report is indeed concrete, some big decisions will have to be made over the coming days by Hatate. His desire to play in a top-level league is public, and it's fair to say the French top flight is of a greater standard than the Scottish one. Nevertheless, it is well within the realms of possibility that the treble-winning midfielder stays in Glasgow. He will play under a new manager in the current season and get another crack at the Champions League. This, combined with the fact that he may want to add more trophies to his CV, means staying could be productive, and a move next summer may be the best if he intends to depart at some point. Recent Celtic target Ryan Fraser has agreed a loan switch to Southampton according to a report. Sky Sports reporter Keith Downey says that the Scotland international is set to depart Newcastle United on a season-long deal. Downey took to Twitter on Friday morning to say, Ryan Fraser is set to join Southampton on a season-long loan deal. The winger has been in training away from the first team group for months now. Fraser was linked with a move to Celtic around 10 days ago. It was reported that we were preparing a move, although not much information ever came to light. Now it seems like it may never have actually been a real goer. Southampton are now a championship team after finishing bottom of the Premier League last season. If we had really been serious about Fraser with Champions League football to offer, you would have liked to think that he would have preferred a move back north. As it is, he looks to be heading for Southampton and Celtic will move on to other wing targets. Aris's Lewis Palma seems like the most viable option at present, although rumours about Wolves' Daniel Podence aren't going away. Although we could hear a new name at any point over the next week, it's going to be a frantic end to the window for sure. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on the imminent arrival of Lewis Palma? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts. We have our Brendan Rodgers Pope t-shirt and our Celtic Ultra t-shirts too. You can find them at celticpower.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye.